What's up, racers and collectors? CB here. So I got a package today, and this is from John Mueller. Most of you know who John is. And well, let me start off by saying that most of my cars that make you go, cars, are from either thrift stores or, you know, people who were just looking to unload all their old kids' toys and stuff like that, and they're usually pretty beat up. And well, as they say in the Monty Python shows, and now for something completely different. John sent me a package filled with head scratchers and oddities, all still on the cards. Some older, some newer. And thank you, first of all, John, thank you very much for sending this. These are interesting. And you got to keep in mind, too, that if you've watched some of my other videos, you know that I'm still fairly new to this whole collecting, Hot Wheels collecting thing. And so I missed out on years worth of models and castings. And so it's a lot of fun for me to find some of these that I've never seen before. So we're going to go through some of these, and we're going to have a little bit of fun because I'm wondering what they were thinking on some of these, but let's get started. All right, let's start off with this. This is the Croc Rod. Now, Redline Salvage Inc. sent me a package earlier with one of these in it as well, and it was going to be in my next video as well. And I don't understand what is the fascination with Hot Wheels and mixing animals with cars. We've got a crocodile, we've got an alligator, and yes, I know the difference, but and these are from Redline Salvage Inc. We've got some kind of cat and mouse and some kind of pterodactyl thing. I don't get this. Okay. I'm assuming obviously these are for the younger kids, but I'm still able to remember when I was a kid, and I never once thought, you know what, I want an animal with wheels on it. And somebody must have heard some kids saying that somewhere at the Hot Wheels headquarters and said, you know what, we need to put a crocodile on wheels because that would be awesome. It was never awesome to me. And you know, what a waste of really cool wheels, chrome, and a pretty green paint job, which could have gone to a nice, you know, Porsche. But no, let's put a crocodile on it. I still don't get it. Let's put a cat on there. And let's not just put a cat on there. Let's put a really ugly cat on there. And a cockpit where you can sit in the back of it. You know, while we're on the subject of animals, I've never seen this before. This one is totally new to me. This is from trying to find the year 2001. Hot Wheels decided it would be a good idea to combine a microscopic insect and put a giant motor on it, because we're Hot Wheels and we can do whatever we want. This is the HyperMite. A mite is obviously a small insect, and they decided to mate that with a giant gold motor and make a car out of it with the wheelbase about as well, small as a mite. What were they thinking on this one? it's not even cute. And it's got a number on it because, you know, there's a racing series. There's a racing series, you know, for animal car hybrids, I guess. This one is just bizarre. John, good job on this one. I don't know where you found this one. I've never seen it before, but wow. Okay, speaking of small cars, we've seen this one before. This is the 2009 new model 4.1. And let's see what it says back here. With 4 cylinders at a single seat, this car was made for blasting around congested cities and scoring the perfect parking spot. You know what else it was good for? Choking 3-year-olds. Look how small this thing is. Let me compare this to the Alligator. This thing is tiny. And again, you put a 4-cylinder motor, put a little cockpit in it, and you know, I can see this as a design because I know in Japan they've got like really small cars because it's really congested in the cities, and I can understand that, but the actual model here is freaking tiny. This thing's dangerous. This is one of those you lose in your sofa cushions. This one's really interesting. The Pop Cycle. Now this one I'm actually going to take out of the package because I'm really curious, and it's got some, it's broken anyway. So let's crack this because I gotta see what the deal is with it. God, don't you hate that? Is that not the most aggravating thing in the world? I'm sorry. Hey, the Pop Cycle. Here's what's interesting about this. There's a bicycle on the inside, and I don't know if this is a place to store your bicycle, like a bike rack, because there's also a little cockpit in the front with a seat. And is this a future car? But if it is a future car, why do they have a bicycle from the 1970s? I got a bicycle like that when I was a kid for my first bicycle. And I got made fun of because it wasn't a BMX. So what is your goal here? And why is there this big gap? Is this the air conditioning here? There's a big gap where the cockpit is, and so I guess you get your air through there, and you know, somebody who would own this is probably more proud of their bicycle than they are the actual car, unless that is actual 14 karat gold or something on the motor. I don't know, but this is just an oddity. This is just a strange model, isn't it? I want to say it's kind of cool. Yeah, but it isn't. It isn't, because if this was a motorcycle or something there, that'd be cool. Yeah, this is where I keep my motorcycle too. That's a 1970 Schwinn inside, and a very strange looking car. Cool wheels on it though. This is the strangest of the strange right here. Introducing the Dog Fighter. Take this in for a second. We have an airplane on wheels, and I don't mean landing gear. This is an airplane on actual wheels. Why? It's like the Hot Wheels designers were confused. Do we make this an airplane or do we make this a car? Let's do both. That would be cool, right? I don't know. I don't know if it's cool. It's got a big old propeller and a big old motor on it. Big old shocks. This could have been an awesome car, but they put an airplane on it. How confused were the kids that got this for a gift? I wanted a car for Christmas, and you gave me this thing. Why? Hot Wheels again. I'm making fun. I love you guys. I wouldn't be in this if I didn't love Hot Wheels so much. But this is just one of those weird ones that it's like the designers were just really, really confused. They didn't have their coffee in the morning and they came up with this. Interesting. Okay, this is actually interesting to me. I love these buses. This is now the third or fourth one I have, and I think they're awesome because they're big and they're heavy and they roll really nice. But this one, help me out here. This says Bebop's Surf Shops. Bebop's. I want to know, does anybody know if this is an actual surf shop somewhere, or is this just Hot Wheels designer saying, give me the name of the surf shop? Bebop! Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, alright. We'll go with that. Bebop's Surf Shop with this crazy looking character on it. Is it just one of those crazy made up things that the Hot Wheels designers came up with, or is this an actual surf shop? If this is an actual surf shop, this could be one of the coolest castings ever. And great advertising. But it's hard to make fun of this because I love these buses so much. I think these are just so cool. If anybody knows anything, let me know. I think I'd like to know. Still, this is actually a very cool one. I actually like this a lot. And last but certainly not least, the Cyclops. This is a 2005, and it's pretty self-explanatory. It's one tiny little cockpit and one giant motor smack dab in the middle with some huge exhaust pipes. Look at this motor. How many cylinders does that thing have? Again, this is one, I don't know if this is brilliant and genius or retarded. It's got cool wheels. I'm trying to think of something else nice to say. A little cool paint job with some kind of flame things on the top. But this is, in order to design something like this, what are you smoking? What is on your mind? What kind of issues do you have? You're either a mad scientist or just desperate for anything that might be considered cool by little kids. I've been debating whether to crack the rest of these open or not, or keep them on the card. They're older models. Laugh if you will, but some of them are actually kind of cool. But you guys have been mentioning something about a Cars That Make You Go, race series. And the more I think about it, the more I say, yep, gonna do it. So, for those of you who have been watching, we've got a fantasy car race coming up. After that, we are gonna do a Cars That Make You Go race. And I think some of these are gonna have to be involved. Because they're newer models and I know they're gonna be good on the track. So I think this is gonna be one of those that we're gonna have to put on there. Again, John Mueller, thank you very much. This has been awesome. I've been having a blast with these. Thank you all for watching. If you have some cars as crazy as this, or this, or this, or just cars that make you go you can send them to me. My address is in the About section. And look forward to many, many more of these videos. Because there's just so many oddities out there. I hope to keep the series going. And thank you all for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. Find me on there under Frugal Diecaster. Email me at frugaldiecaster@gmail.com. Talk to you all soon. Again, John Mueller. Thank you very much.